Your name was mentioned in a courtroom today. The case involves something shocking. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says this is a very important message for you today. Do not ignore it. Pay attention with every part of your heart, because something is being stirred in the heavens and echoed in the places of human decision. You were not expecting this, and yet, the wind whispered it before it came. In a room filled with silence, interrupted only by the soft shuffling of papers and the rhythmic beating of uncertain hearts, your name was mentioned in a courtroom today. Yes, your name. Spoken into the space where truth and consequence dance with fate. The case involves something shocking, something that has been hidden from you until now, and yet it is tied to you more closely than breath to your body. Someone who knows you, someone whose face may even come to your mind right now without explanation, uttered your name before those who sit in judgment, those who write records that shape outcomes. They did not speak your name in passing. They did not whisper it as a detail of coincidence. They spoke it with intention. They spoke it with weight. They carried your presence into a place where outcomes are decided, where souls tremble because they know that once something is spoken in such a space, it cannot be taken back. The courtroom became still when your name was said. As if the walls themselves knew that this was not just a case, it was a divine reckoning that had waited too long to arrive. You were not summoned in flesh, but your spirit was felt there. Your influence, your truth, your silence, your scars, they all stood beside you like silent witnesses. The gavel had not yet fallen, and yet it felt like thunder rolled through the air when the words were released. The judge leaned forward. The scribes paused. And in the realm that is not seen with earthly eyes, angels gathered, because they knew this was not about law alone, it was about justice beyond paperwork, redemption beyond understanding. This message reaches you now, in this very moment, because heaven does not operate on human time. Heaven speaks when hearts are ready. Heaven calls when truth must rise from beneath the floorboards of silence. You are being summoned, not to stand in fear, but to rise in clarity. The shocking part of this case is not just what happened. It is who has been involved, who has kept silent, who has watched from the shadows while you bore the weight of confusion, isolation, and misunderstood delays. But now, the time of silence is breaking. And with it, the walls that held back your understanding are beginning to tremble. There are individuals who believed your name would never come up. They thought that if they removed themselves, kept their stories clean, and rewrote the narrative, you would never be drawn into this storm. But they underestimated the power of what you carry. They didn't know that even in the shadows, your name glows. Even in the dark places, your truth burns like fire that cannot be put out. And now, without your knowledge, your name has traveled through corridors of law and spirit, and a spotlight has been lit in the one place they never wanted it, in the place where they can no longer control the outcome. There is something divine unfolding, and though you were not in the room, your presence filled it. Someone you trusted, someone who sat with you like nothing was ever wrong, has been holding information that could break your heart. They said things today, things that were meant to protect their own standing, that involved your name, your story, your life. They did not speak the full truth. They twisted something small into something heavy, hoping the court would never call you in to correct it. But they do not understand that what is meant to rise will rise, no matter how many hands try to keep it buried. This moment is not about shame or fear. It is about revelation. You are not being accused, you are being revealed. You are not being condemned, you are being vindicated. The shocking truth is not against you, it is about what has been done in silence to shape your future, without your consent, without your voice being heard. But the divine has heard you. Every silent cry, every night you tossed between confusion and peace, every breath you exhaled wondering if you were forgotten, it was all seen. And now it has reached this courtroom where human power collides with divine truth, and the outcome is beginning to shift. This case is not just about laws and verdicts. It is about restoring what was taken from you without your knowledge. It is about lifting the veil on things that were discussed behind your back, in rooms you were never invited into. It is about how decisions were made that affected you but never consulted you. And now, the cycle of secrecy is ending. The air is shifting. The sound of your name is echoing in places it had never reached before, not to break you, but to bring everything into the light. Do not be afraid. What is being revealed now is necessary. What is being brought forth is justice, long delayed but never denied. Someone who smiled at you, perhaps even recently, is at the heart of this. They are the reason the case has taken such a strange, divine turn. They didn't expect to be found out. They didn't think the records would come back around. But the truth has its own breath, and it cannot die in silence. The shocking part is not that it's being revealed, it's that it took this long to surface. You are standing on sacred ground now. Even if you are not in that courtroom physically, heaven has sent a message to your spirit to prepare you. Something is unraveling, and the thread that connects you to this mystery is glowing. The lies cannot hold. The misdirection cannot continue. Every false statement, every rearranged detail, every omission that was meant to keep you small is now being reviewed in the court of divine order. Your silence has expired. Now the truth will speak for you. This message reaches your soul like a trumpet, because you are meant to rise into your authority. The verdict will not come to harm you. It will come to release you. But in order for you to step fully into the freedom that is being offered, you must be awake. You must be present in your own spirit. You must pay attention, because signs are coming. Doors are creaking open, documents will cross your path, names will be mentioned that spark old feelings, and this is not coincidence. It is confirmation. The courtroom is still in session, and though the judge has not spoken the final word, the whisper of divine outcome is already in motion. There are forces trying to delay the outcome. There are people trying to bury new evidence that would bring everything into clarity. But no matter how many layers they try to place between the truth and the surface, it will rise. Truth does not stay underground. It is like oil in water, it floats. And the truth about you, your name, your character, your legacy, it is floating now. Soon, even those who doubted you, misunderstood you, or ignored your quiet strength will see with their own eyes that you were never the problem. You were the one bearing a burden that wasn't yours to carry in the first place. This courtroom moment is not random. It is a turning point. And even now, as you read these words, something inside you knows it. You feel the tug in your chest. You sense the trembling in your spirit. That's not fear, that's confirmation. That's your soul remembering something your mind hasn't yet caught up to. You are being called into clarity. You are being positioned to receive answers, not just explanations. What has been hidden for years, what was talked about when you weren't in the room, what was written without your input, is now being rewritten. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. They thought they could keep the truth from you. But heaven is a court that never closes, and your case has been seen. Your name has been spoken before the one who does not forget, who does not overlook, who does not let injustice stand. The earthly courtroom is just the echo. The real trial has already been heard, and your truth is winning. What's shocking is not that it's coming out, it's that it's coming out now, after so long, in such a way that no one can stop it. Be still, but stay alert. Prepare yourself, not in fear, but in courage. You are not being dragged into something unjust. You are being lifted into something righteous. There will be moments when you feel like it's too much. There may be names you didn't expect to hear. There may be truths that crack your heart open. But every single piece of revelation is working for your freedom. This is your divine turnaround. What was meant to be used against you is going to be the very thing that proves you were right all along. You are being guided, even now. You may not see the full picture, but the frame is being built around you. Soon, the pieces will come together. Documents will find their way to your hands. People will speak when they swore they never would. Evidence will surface that no one expected. And when it does, know this: it is not punishment. It is purpose. It is prophecy being fulfilled in your life. This message is for you. Take it into your spirit. You were not forgotten. You were being prepared. The courtroom echoed your name today, but heaven has known your name since before you were born. And this shocking unfolding, is not your end. It is your beginning. My child, this is a message for you. A sacred one. One carried through a stream of light into the soul of your room, like a quiet whisper in the middle of a storm. You must not ignore this. You were meant to open it now. Your name was mentioned in a courtroom today, and you need to understand why. The case involves something shocking, something heaven has known would unfold for some time. Nothing on this earth happens without being first seen in the realm above. And now, your name echoes not just in earthly places, but in the courts of heaven. The wind carried your name on its back and placed it in the heart of judges and scribes. Not just earthly judges, but the divine ones who sit in spiritual places, where truth is never bought, and justice is never delayed. God says, you must listen closely, because this concerns your destiny, your truth, your legacy, and something sacred that was once stolen from you is about to return. The verdict may not yet have been spoken aloud on earth, but heaven has already declared you chosen. Your name was whispered not in accusation, but in unveiling. The records were opened, and the truth began to speak louder than the lies. You were wronged. Someone tried to rewrite your story in a room where you weren't even present. But God says, I was there. I saw it all. I saw when they gathered, I saw when they spoke, I saw what they tried to seal with their hands, but no earthly seal can silence what I, the Lord, have written in fire and glory. You are my anointed. You are my beloved. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you, you are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. There was a silence in that room, a kind of holy pause that made even the shadows tremble. Because as your name was spoken, so too did the power of your calling stir the spiritual atmosphere. God says, they thought you were forgotten. They thought that by removing your name from some lists and closing doors, you would fade. But your name rose like incense, like fire dancing on water. Your name carried purpose. Your name, forged in prayer and struggle and midnight tears, could not be buried. The case involves something shocking, yes, something hidden that was never meant to be known. But the truth never dies, even when it's buried. It waits, breathing beneath the soil, waiting for a divine moment to rise. And that moment is now. The earth has shifted. The courtroom floor is trembling with the footsteps of angels standing guard. For you. Yes, for you. God says, this is not a time to be afraid, this is not a time to hide. This is your time to rise. Someone you trusted once said something that changed the course of your life. They thought no one heard it. But God did. And now, finally, God is exposing it. Not to shame, but to free. Because what they said wasn't just about you, it was meant to hold you down. But God says, no more. I have torn the veil. I have split the silence. The case is open, and your vindication is on its way. The tables are turning in rooms you've never entered. Justice is coming with a soft wind and a loud trumpet. Be still, be calm, and stay close to me. Do not look around you. Do not listen to those who mock or question. The courtroom where your name was heard is not just physical, it is eternal. And in that sacred place, I am judge and defender. I, the Lord your God, speak on your behalf. I rise when you are weary. I fight when you cannot. I silence the mouths that rise against you, and I lift the words that align with truth. You must understand the weight of this moment. You must grasp that what is being revealed is not to harm you, but to bless you beyond understanding. You are not alone. You were never alone. The courtroom may seem cold, and the faces unfamiliar, but heaven is on your side. Angels were dispatched the moment your name was uttered. Archangel Michael stood by the doorway, guarding the evidence of your innocence. The pages that hold your story are soaked in your prayers, your forgiveness, your battles, and your breakthroughs. Nothing has been forgotten. God says, not one tear, not one betrayal, not one cry in the night has gone unnoticed. The case involves something shocking, yes. But shocking to whom? To those who thought they had buried the truth? To those who wore masks and hoped their past would never resurface? God says, I'm not just revealing the story, I'm redeeming the one it was written about. You. This is your message. It is not a coincidence that you are reading this. It is divine orchestration, timed to the second. You must not skip past this. Heaven has sent a warning, but also a blessing. Something sacred is about to be returned to you. It was held back. Not because I wanted you to suffer, but because it wasn't time. But now, the clock has shifted. The season has changed. You are about to walk into a fulfillment so full it will feel like a dream. You will see hands stretched out toward you, not in harm, but in apology. You will hear voices admit what they once denied. You will stand where you were once disqualified. You will shine where you were once dimmed. I will be with you through this. Rest assured, nothing will go wrong with you, you are safe, you just have to trust me and pray to me. Yes, the world may shake. Yes, the courtroom may fill with whispers and doubt. But you are covered. You are shielded. I have written my name on your soul, and no verdict can undo that. The shocking thing isn't the accusation, it's the vindication. It's the favor that's about to fall on your life like rain after a drought. Someone prayed for you last night. Someone you love deeply knelt down and cried. Not out of fear, but because they saw in a dream what was coming. A divine reversal. A shift so great it will leave even your enemies speechless. You must know this, you are not just part of the story. You are the revelation. You are the testimony. You are the turning point. Don't give up now. Don't let fear speak louder than faith. Don't let confusion drown out the clarity I've given you in secret. This is your hour. This is your moment. The doors are opening. What you thought was over is only beginning. Your name was mentioned in a courtroom today not because you are accused, but because you are rising. You are about to be remembered in places where you were once ignored. You are about to be honored where you were once dismissed. Finally, God is exposing the truth. Open it now before the season shifts again. Don't delay. Don't postpone what heaven has timed so precisely. This message is for you, crafted in eternity, whispered through time, and delivered to you now. You are the reason this message was written. I am with you, I am for you, and I am not done with you. You thought the pain was the end. But it was the preparation. You thought the silence meant absence. But I was working behind the scenes, arranging a courtroom no man could shut down. You thought your tears were wasted. But I stored every one. They will now water the garden of your new beginning. Stay close to me. Walk with me. Pray without ceasing. And watch how the courtroom of heaven shakes the decisions of man. You are rising. Your name is not forgotten. Your case is not lost. The truth is being revealed. The shocking part of this case is not what was said about you, it's what I am about to do for you. Get ready. The judge has ruled. And my verdict is restoration.